What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to an all-new Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 with our Soviet Union World Conquest. We are on the 11th of June, 1946, and we are preparing for our invasion of the United Kingdom with our 48 modern tanks. Now, we should have another 24 on their way, 12 and 12. And, of course, we are also in our invasion of Northern Africa. Now, I'm not entirely sure, but because there's zero infrastructure inside the Sahara Desert, I don't necessarily know if I'm even able to make my way down. And in fact, I don't really think I should be taking attrition here. So let's go ahead. And this is primarily going to be my invasion force of Africa. Should I go ahead and build up infrastructure inside these regions? I think I should, as it's seeing as it's going to take, quite a while. But let's go ahead and move over these units. I don't really want to take attrition, so your new goal is to hang out in these 4 places. In fact, we could do 5. And it looks like we just got dogfighting experience, giving air superiority mission efficiency. Wow, plus 20%. Multi-altitude flying, giving agility and heavy fighters, fighters and heavy fighters agility, which is now absolutely fantastic, so I think we're going to do that. Now, our invasion, looks like we are being invaded by the US with a very small amount of divisions. Now, our invasion of the UK is probably going to take place in roughly 13 days, so let's keep exercising while we can. I would like to go ahead and get some of these units to the next rank, if I could find it. So, I am looking for training, and I literally don't see it. Am I on the wrong 81%. So, I think it's going to be roughly around 20 days until we go ahead from, we move from train to season. Floating airfield has been unlocked. Let's go ahead and start reaching or researching logistics company rank 4. And the entire idea is if we use less supply, we can effectively have a lot more troops storm, whether it's either the United Kingdom or, of course, the United States and Africa. Okay, now I have, once again, more dockyards. I do need to be a little aware of what I actually begin purchasing. So I guess we're going to do more heavy cruisers, only because they don't take any, they're free. They're not really free. I mean, I have a lot of resources, and I have nothing else to build. But I don't want to really use anything with chromium, and you'll see why in a moment. In fact, I would really like some additional military factories to keep working on these modern tanks. Wow! 12,000 modern tanks. Let's go ahead and throw in a few extra. I would really like to use some mechanized. We went from 12,000 modern tanks all the way down to 4.9 thousand. So obviously, we definitely just used quite a bit. Alright, we are now on the 3rd of July. I'm a little curious. I'm guessing as all of these new modern tanks filter in, all of their experience is going to plummet, as I expected. But our invasion will begin in roughly insufficient naval superiority. Well, let's go ahead and fix that. I wish I could hire more commanders, but I can't. And all we need to do is search and destroy in the English Channel and inside the Bay of Biscayne. And I get that we aren't necessarily the most effective carrier, with only 3... Ooh, Mexico is joining the Allies. With only 3 light cruisers, and in fact, we're getting damaged right now. But, as we can see, we can actually activate our plan now. So let's do that. Alright, this is it. This is the moment. Our invasion is beginning. Alright, all we need to do is establish a beachhead. Maintenance companies have been unlocked. Let's go ahead and start working. Well, better military police would be really useful. In fact, better tactics would be... Everything in here would be useful. Alright, so all we need is a beachhead, which we just got. So now an offensive line. And sadly, I believe this is going to be the end for the United Kingdom. And we're going to do something like this and activate. All we need to do now is somehow secure ourselves a port, which I guess we will do in Bristol. And let's take a few of these units. And what I want to do is put you here. and retake this half of England. Alright, well, so far so good. I don't actually see all that much damaged infrastructure. It's kind of sad. All of those bombers, you would think they would be helping, but I don't know if they are. And, in fact, let's find all of those strategic bombers while we're waiting. And we're going to remove strategic bombing. And there should be more around here somewhere. I just don't know where. Well, I guess we don't need to worry about it. But as far as I know, we're not really producing any more carriers, so all of the carrier fighters and carrier naval bombers that we're missing, those aren't necessarily going to be too much of an issue. The fall of London, we are doing fantastic. Seeing as all of these U.S. troops are eventually going to dissipate. I see troops here that should not be here. And we are doing quite well. Once we take Plymouth, we are then going to basically sack this side. Alright, moving you on up. I'm hoping none of these units actually get destroyed while being, transferred from convoy to convoy. And I don't actually think these units over here have access to... Let's actually do this. I'm not sure if these units over here have access to port. Oh, yes, they do. In Sussex. You're going to move here, you're going to move there, you're going to move there. And I think we're going to be successful on both fronts. Yes, we are. Dover is now mine. All of these units are now going to remove the U.S. presence from this area. And it says we're not really all that successful, but we have so many modern tanks, I don't know if they could really stop me. Wow, 74 troops in this area. If I had better naval superiority, we could sink a lot of them, but we don't. We're sinking some convoys. Did they lose a lot of troops? I really don't know. Let's take all 48 of our troops. We now need to create a brand new front line. And as you can see, we're not really losing any manpower. So that is nice to see. So that's obviously why we switched over. Let's actually just do something crazy like this. I don't know. Go ahead and activate. And so basically we obviously switched over doctrines. I'm hoping for the best here. And we are pumping out so many modern tanks. It is literally ridiculous. I see that they've done another invasion. Can I take this one unit and remove the UK troop? I probably can. It's already taking attrition because of its lack of supply. Can you move here and you move there? Yes, we can. You're going to shift on down. You're going to go here. You're going to go there. And this is working very, very well. Part of me wants to start building up the better variant of the heavy cruiser. Only because I don't really want to use chromium, but I would still like to build powerful ships that, don't really drain my resources. The UK is falling. If I could remove this port, then they won't have access to supplies. And it looks like they're not going to be able to do anything about it. The UK definitely had quite a bit of tanks. Let's go ahead and take this small area. I think everybody's retreating. There it is. Overrun. Still fighting off some convoys. Free dockyards. Once again, we're going to be building more heavy cruisers. And if I had another research ability, I mean, yes, I would probably still improve military police, but I would like to improve our heavy cruisers. Ooh, and speak of the devil, all of our military police probably need to go ahead and protect Portugal, protect Sweden from any type of uprising, and I guess the UK as we make our way over. I think we're in a war with Ireland. I don't know. So, I don't know, I guess we could find out very easily. We are not in a war with Ireland. And because we don't have any political power, I guess the only way we could get more is to cancel this national focus, and we're getting 0.72 a day. Is it going to make a difference? I have no idea. Why don't we take this? Why is this so hard? There we go. All 48 of you are going to continue pushing on through. And it looks like a lot of factories are getting sabotaged, but nothing that I, really need to deal with right now. And I guess... I mean, we're doing so well that, we're not really taking any attrition in Africa. There is literally nothing they could do to stop me. I wish I could set up some sort of front line. I don't know why I wasn't able to do it before. Let's go ahead and activate you. And in fact, I'm going to put all of these units here. And sending everybody over. We do need to give you some sort of field marshal. I guess Alexander Gorbachev, because he's our most powerful. He's not doing anything. 51 troops about to just get annihilated. I wish the US would do something with all of those failed naval invasions. That's my only complaint. It's a little bit too easy. The United Kingdom has capitulated. And we are trying to take out whatever US forces we can. So the US has lost 4.34 million troops, and Japan and the US are still slugging it out. Alright, so far so good. We're going to take this province, and we're going to take... Can we walk across? No, we cannot. Okay, so how to begin my next naval invasion. So I obviously want to take Bermuda, or something like that. I'm wondering if I take this... do I have any extra troops? I have 11. I just want to see what it would look like. Can I actually make my way over to Bermuda? If not, I'm going to cry. We're going to send you down to Portugal, because then we have a straight shot all the way over. Yes, we can. But we should probably take the island of the Azores first. And you know what? Let's do something else. Let's actually use tanks, seeing as we have some. And eventually, like I said, I am planning on switching on over to mechanized production. You need to take the Azores, and you need to take the Canary. Oh, I wonder if you could go straight to Bermuda. I mean, I guess we could. I'm going to activate and activate. It says we are lacking a lot of, naval superiority and intelligence, which I guess makes sense. You're marching on up. I see there are quite a few troops that we never really got to take care of. I'm going to now take 12 tanks. We're going to do a naval invasion from here to there. And let's go ahead and take another 12. And we are going to be doing a naval invasion from here all the way to, I guess, Belfast. And we are going to activate. It says we are lacking supply and naval superiority, which always seems to be the case. I have 5 extra units, 1 heavy cruiser, and a bunch of cruisers. So I guess we will search and destroy in these areas. I could have swore we put on some cruisers over here, but I guess not. Do we have any extra units not doing anything? We have 2 carriers in Gibraltar. They don't really have any protection, so I would like to give them some light cruisers if we ever do get into a fight. So all of you will head down to Gibraltar. And once you combine forces, what we're going to do is protect these 3 areas and just spread our dominance across the Atlantic. Alright, looks like everybody has combined forces. We now have 3 carriers and 5 light cruisers, so 1, 2, and 3. And it is going to be some time before those tanks can move their way forward. Once again, a bunch of free dockyards, so that means heavy cruisers. We have 6,000 mechanized, so I might even start rolling in a few of those. Let's switch over one of our armored all the way over, one of our motorized to mechanized. And we're now going from 6,000 all the way down to 1.1 thousand. So we're going to need a lot more. But at least we have a heck of a lot more armor. There is our logistics company. I probably am going to finally get that military suppression bonus with our military police. And I am going to need those heavy cruisers eventually. But I think where we stand, the U.S. obviously has a very powerful navy, or at least they did. But they only really have 65 dockyards, whereas I have 157. So all we really need to do is outproduce them. And we should be fine. We just unlocked something. I don't know the mechanized. Let's go ahead and get the 3rd level of mechanized. And all of these can now be changed. It's going to plummet the efficiency, but I'm fine with that, because now they're a heck of a lot more powerful. And we do have quite a bit of experience, but sadly there's literally nothing I can do. Well, I could use my naval experience. And I don't really know what I would improve it on, except for our heavy cruisers. And unpausing the game. I believe our invasion of Japan should come soon enough. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do. I've got 48 tanks. Whoops, excuse me. My mouse is spazzing out. With these 48 tanks, once they take both of these islands, I guess what I'm going to do is bring them all the way over to Japan. Or I could just make new units altogether. I mean, if I just do a naval invasion, I don't think Japan will be able to hold up at all. Let's go ahead and research ourselves the Blitzkrieg technology. It's going to give our tanks more breakthrough and organization, so a lot more health, which is going to be awesome. Yeah, not much the Japanese or the US are going to be able to do. I see that we're being attacked just because I can. Let's take this port with all of our units. It looks like there's one tank in here. Well, if we can take out the tank, then we can easily secure the port, and then all these other units will just wither away. And we're almost there. How did that work? Oh, and also, we need to protect that port, because it was from Portugal. Alright, I'm looking around. I have the ability to produce even more modern tanks, so I guess I'll do that. And then we're going to go ahead and produce more mechanized. Okay, research slot available. We are now going to be working on our engine. Let's start working on that heavy cruiser that I've been talking so much about. And the reason why is this is the 1922 variant, so we might as well make the 1936 variant. It doesn't require any chromium. And we have multi-altitude flying, getting a bunch of agility. Let's go ahead and unlock air superiority plus 15%. All of these units should wither away, as far as I know. I mean, there's literally nothing they can do. The organization is going to plummet. Their supplies are going to wither away. There they go. And surprisingly, Hong Kong was not protected either. Okay, our naval invasion can actually take place any moment now, but some divisions are not in place. Some units have been moved, while others are trying to do the invasion as we speak. But it looks like they've got quite a formidable defense. I don't know if we're going to be able to break through. Wow, one unit landed. Where are the others? Did they get destroyed, or I don't know. That tank got destroyed. I don't understand what the heck just happened. I guess we sent everybody into Belfast. Well, that's dumb. If I had access to their continent, or excuse me, their island, I would obviously just roll over them, but sadly I don't have access. So I guess what I'm gonna do, I could bomb the heck out of this island, but I'm not sure that's really the best option. All 47 troops now are going to make their way to Japan. We are going to go from South Korea to, I'm guessing, somewhere that isn't really fortified. We're going to do something like that. No, not actually landing on any ports themselves. I'm also looking around. We do need to add one more modern tank variant. And I guess we are making our way over. And while we're waiting, I guess we're actually beginning the planning, I hope. Yes, 2 of 164 days. I hope we don't actually get attacked while we make our way down. We have a bunch of unread convoy victories, a bunch of unread naval victories. Wow, about 70. Yeah, this is pretty much where we stand. The United Kingdom has fallen. But now I'm having a little bit of issues using these tank divisions. And in fact, I guess what I could do is put down about 12 and put down another 12. And all 24 of these troops are going to be my orange African divisions. And you're going to just plow on through and take everything you can all the way down into Eritrea, all the way down into Somalia. Let's go ahead and activate, and we'll give you this field marshal. That doesn't matter. Do we have any more mechanized? We have roughly 1.7 thousand, and I think we're going to need a lot more as our efficiency ticks on up. Let's actually switch one now and go ahead and activate. And the reason why is they have so much more defense. They literally have double the defense. They have double the breakthrough. They are definitely far superior. 3 dockyards. Once again, I guess we're going to get some more heavy cruisers. I would really like to switch those up. And we have 91 chromium, so we could use those in time. Are all of our... Yes, they are. All of our modern tank invasions. Wow, we've taken the island of Bermuda. Was not expecting that. So let's go ahead, boost up our infrastructure all the way, boost up our airbase all the way, boost up our radar station all the way, boost up our anti-air, and just because we're going to be boosting up our coastal forts and our naval bases all the way up. And you're probably thinking that's overkill, but I cannot lose this island at all. Okay, and I'm speaking... Oh my goodness, if I can click this. I am definitely going to be putting in about 2,000 fighters. And I'm going to wait until one of our air bases are complete. But I need more infrastructure, I need more supply. And let's look at our supply area. It says we're not really doing all that poorly, but I'm guessing it's because of our logistics companies. So the air base inside Bermuda should be one of the very first things that show up. I see that we're already doing some small fighting. And if we could somehow start laying waste to the U.S. eastern coast, I mean, we would definitely be able to outproduce anyone and everything. And, you know, taking some smaller islands like the Bahamas, we could, you know, keep annihilating most of the southeast, and then we could re-divert a lot of our Bermuda fighters to focus on the northeast. Alright, we now have our very first air group, so what we're going to do is throw on roughly about 200 strategic bombers, and I just want to see the range. Wow. I don't think we're going to have an issue. So let's go after the East Coast, and we're going to do some strategic bombing. I would obviously like to put on a lot more, but sadly we do not have the... We're getting damaged, very much so. The U.S. has quite a bit of carriers. So I'm going to need to remaneuver some troops. Seeing as I've got 10 units here, not really doing anything. I want to hire a new admiral, and I guess I can. Your new goal is to hang out inside Bermuda. And search and destroy inside Saragossa, the Mid-Atlantic. And I could have swore we had people here, but I guess not anymore. and I'm guessing Newfoundland. And we might even want to put some naval bombers into Bermuda, but I'm hoping that our navies can take care of them. Are we still running low on carrier fighters and carrier naval bombers? Yes, and yes. We're not even producing them. Excuse me, we're not even using them for our carriers because we're not really producing anymore. So you would think the ones we produce would go into our reserves, but I'm guessing they're getting shot down. Well, I am going to end this episode, so thank you all for joining me. I hope you all have an awesome day. I will see you in our next adventure.